Good morning, Grizz Nation. It is game 5, Grizzlies versus Lakers. The Lakers currently up 3-1. It is win or go home for this Grizzlies team. Allie Clifton joins me once again.
Hello.
Are you as nervous as me? Just me on this end?
I am just as nervous, always the same nervous going into every game. It's like at a level 10 until the final buzzer sounds and I know the outcome. I will always be nervous.
All right, this one tips off at 6:30 Central Time here in Memphis. It is kind of this experience versus youth desperation kind of game. The Grizzlies are second youngest team in the league. This Lakers team is led by obviously one of the most experienced, especially in the postseason, guys in LeBron James. He had 22 points, 20 rebounds in the last game. That stat line has not been seen from a Laker since 2004 with Shaq, which is unreal. I also saw he has 50 closeout games in his career. And Allie, you've been with him or covered him for a very long time. He averaged 29 points in those games, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. What is it about LeBron?
I think most importantly, especially in closeout games, is just the perspective and understanding of how hard it is to win. And from that standpoint, it takes just as much, if not more, on the mental psyche, right? To be locked in, to be focused, the level in which ultimately sometimes you have to take yourself to even down the stretch, because you're facing a team with their backs against the wall, right? A team that doesn't want their season to end. And oftentimes they'll throw anything and everything at the wall to stick. And though they're the ones on the brink of elimination, sometimes there is this pressure that actually falls on the team that's trying to close them out, And so, you know how it is when it comes to athletes and those at the highest level. Sometimes when you're playing without pressure, it looks really good. And so I think for LeBron, just we say it all the time, having seen it all, heard it all, experienced it all. He has different levels and different gears. And to your point, 29 points a game in these moments, in these situations, it's as if a couple of times already in this series alone, he hasn't been special. Moments like this can really show you a whole nother side of him.
Yes. Very clutch plays.
I was actually shocked that I said it on our podcast yesterday that he's never had a 20-20 game in his career. Like, think about it. The dude has played over 1,000 games in his career and not once. And I know a lot of people say, well, think about the bigs that he's played alongside in terms of that rebounding, but he has 107 triple doubles. He's a rebounding machine at times. He has that in him. And to never have had a 20-20 game is shocking to me. And so to think that he could do that at 38 years old in season 20 in the postseason, it's different. Yeah. It's different.
Allie, on the flip, and we did touch on this before last game, was with that experience, of course, comes age. And with this series continuing going on, it is also coming with less rest. Now, this is a day after, 2 days after that game where we played for 45 minutes because we did go into OT. AD played 42 minutes. Someone like Desmond Bane played the most minutes, right? On the Grizzlies team, played 47 minutes, but he's also a lot younger. And so it has been I don't want to say a criticism, that's the wrong word, but it's been a topic of discussion. Like, can this team continue to play as fast as the Grizzlies want to play? Plus they're coming in to the Grizzlies home where, they had the best record, the home record in the NBA this year. In the regular season between the Grizzlies and the Lakers, the home team won every time. Obviously the Lakers 2, Grizzlies 1. In the playoffs, it's been 1-1 for the Grizzlies at home. And I've asked you this before, I guess I'm going to put 2 questions together then. Does rest or lack of rest and home court advantage, does that matter?
Well, I think one, in the Grizzlies case, they know it, right? And there is a comfort there playing at home. I heard Desmond say that after the game the other night. We're going back to a place that we're really tough to beat. And I hear that. On the flip side, the Lakers have proven to themselves that they can win, especially in the postseason, obviously with that game 1 win. The one thing I didn't say before game 4, and I was kicking myself too about it, is over, especially the last 5-7 years with LeBron, he's made it very clear, basketball, this lifestyle, this routine to him is literally like coffee to the average person. It's one of those things where I understand that his body is different. He continues to rack miles, but what the body knows is what the body knows. And I think that because of what he and his trainer, Mike Mancias, do when he's not between the four lines in terms of preparation for the mind and the body, he doesn't really fade in terms of being, I guess, inefficient or struggle with lack of rest. Yeah. And I know that can be surprising to some people, but I think it's a testament to him and being a professional, right? So for him, I actually think that being able to get in a rhythm and kind of play every other day right now. Now, granted, any player will tell you, you want to close out a series as fast as you can. Having said that, while he's in it, I wouldn't put it past him and his ability to like overcome it and meet that moment.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to call it a criticism, because I don't think I don't think it's necessarily true. It's like an observation that people are making that maybe could swing.
And probably the average 38-year-old who's played 20 years. Yeah. That's an honest assessment, right? That you would think. But he's shown us a lot that he's just a bit different.
Yeah. All right. Let's get right into it, Allie, because this is game 5. We could analyze these teams for as long as we needed to, but let's go to our X factors. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to say that the X factor for the Grizzlies tonight is simply the first quarter and not getting down in the first quarter, having to claw their way back. Very much a team built on momentum. They love to have momentum because that makes them have great defense. And then they get fast breaks, they get running. It's fun. It gets loud in FedexForum. All 3 of the games that the Grizzlies lost, they were down at the end of the first quarter. That one game that they won, they were up 30-19 and kind of tried to carry on with that momentum. So my key, although it sounds silly, is just about having a good start. From the Lakers end. What's your X factor?
I hear you on that, because Darvin told reporters yesterday that it's about being able to meet force with force, and it's about not getting down early, especially on the road, especially in y'all's house. So I think that's a key, but I'm going to actually steal your key from game 4, especially because of what happened with Anthony Davis. AD went for the first time ever in his postseason career without a field goal made. And that's never happened before. He had 2 points, 2 from the charity stripe in the first half. They need more production from Anthony Davis. But I think what can help that is he's constantly seeing double teams. He's constantly seeing pressure in moments where he's not able to make that early, quick, decisive decision. The Lakers got to shoot the 3 ball. They got to shoot the 3 ball well. And they haven't done that really in terms of even a volume of them since game 1. I think they had 16 in game 1, and it's been less than that ever since. So I think it only will open up the opportunities for Anthony Davis if you can make the Grizz pay with those kickouts and him being able to handle that pressure, and then see what happens from there. But obviously meeting the force with force and being able to knock down the 3 ball, I think they're due for that.
Yeah, except for D'Lo in the clutch, because that just
that's
got my blood boiling.
It's crazy too, because he's getting all the credit, and rightfully so. He was 0 for 5 before knocking down 3 straight threes, which they were down 7, looking as if they had 0 lifeline offensively. So timely shots is different. I think over the course of the game, they certainly put themselves in a better position to not have to fight back, claw back, etc., if they are able to knock down the 3 ball early.
All right. Let's see. Let's see.
Here we go. I look forward to your text message.
Almost every first quarter, I'm like, Allie. No, I waited till overtime last game. I was like,
I had all 3 shows, and so I get like in my zone, and then I was off air at midnight. I was going to say noon, midnight, and I was like, oh, we'll talk tomorrow. I'm spent. All
right, Allie, thank you seriously so very much. Hopefully
Absolutely.
We'll see you for a game 6. So hopefully on our side.
All right. Sounds good.